Hey everyone, we're taking the first shot with the new AR-10 from Palmetto. So if you look at the chamber over there, you can see that is like the cleanest that chamber is ever going to be. Okay, no, not a single shot's been fired. Okay, so right now I have this in what I'm calling the Mad Max Road Warrior configuration. Okay, so the reason why I'm calling it that is because in this configuration with a red dot, I see this as anti-material, as an anti-material rifle for the apocalypse when you've got like the S&M Road Warriors, Road Warrior madmen, whatever you want to call them, charging you in like these funky vehicles. So this is meant to stop those vehicles. Now you might say, hey, why not get a 50 cal? Because it's a lot more expensive and nobody has enough ammunition for 50 cal, okay? Even the guys that have 50 cals don't have enough ammunition. With this, I've already ordered like 500 rounds. By the end of the month, I'll probably have 2,000 rounds of this. I'm just shooting at 30 yards. I took this optic, that's Halcyon 510C. I just took this off of a 4-inch AR-9. Had a 4-inch barrel, which I hardly ever shoot. So I said, let me pull it off of that. This is eventually going to get a 5 to 25 scope, but that's not going to come in for another month. It's back ordered. So for now, we're keeping this in the Road Warrior configuration. So I'm just shooting at 30 yards right now because I want to. I haven't fired any shots. Let's see if those bullets even get on the paper. The reason why I'm recording this is I wanted to give you guys my initial impressions of the recoil. Okay, on this 20-inch barrel, the gun, the full gun with the 20-round magazine, the optic, the magnifier. I ended up putting the 3x magnifier. I had a 6x on this, but I went down to the 3x. I think that I was basically looking through it, and I think that for the role that I want to use this, that I would theoretically use this in, I think the 3x is probably a better because it gives you a wider field of view, able to track targets better. So I did go with the 3x instead of the 6x. Although, nice thing about the magnifiers is like if I'm shooting at distance, I can always throw a 6x on it. So I have not done anything with the gas tube. This has an adjustable gas tube. Whatever it came with is, basically this is the way that the gun came with. Okay, so let's close this chamber. Okay. Initial impression with the 20-inch barrel, the recoil, this feels just like an AR-15. I mean, and also the sound with the 20, because I have an not an AR-10, I have a Vepr, an AK that shoots 308s. I've had that thing for like almost 10 years. I don't even think I have 200 rounds on it because it is just annoying to shoot. It is just so loud. So in 16 inches, I have found the Vepr, shooting 308, to be like very unpleasant to shoot. This feels very pleasant. With the 20-inch barrel, this thing feels like an AR-15 to me. And now I'm shooting Tula because, again, I just want to get on the paper. I've got all sorts of ammunition coming in. I've got some match-grade ammunition. I got a whole variety of different stuff we're going to shoot. I had gotten this stuff for like $10 a box from Walmart back in the day, so I have a bunch of this stuff. So this is good for, just getting on the paper. So anyway, I'm not gonna. I'll do another video later on. But I just wanted to get my initial reaction to shooting this gun. Initial reaction is that this thing is smooth, man. This thing is so smooth. I like it. I like it a lot. Let me take 2 more shots with this. I can take a scanner. I'm gonna do like a quick succession on those rims over there. Actually, I want you guys to see me. Hold on. I'm going to shoot over there into that pile of dirt. Let me move this over here. I don't want to shoot my targets with this because I'm going to destroy my target. So I'm just going to shoot into that pile of dirt. I'm going to fire 5 really quick shots. And you guys can watch. You guys are watching for muzzle rise. Okay. And you guys are also watching for gas. A lot of people have complained there's a lot of some of these AR-10s, not this one, but a lot of these AR-10s are gassy. Particularly the Ruger SFR AR-10. They said that one was gassy. So I'm going to do a quick 5-round succession into that pile of dirt there. So that's what you're looking for: muzzle rise and gas. Blew a nice hole in that fucking dirt over there. That thing felt nice, man. Did not feel like a 308 anything, man. It felt like an AR-15. It felt like I'm shooting 223. Those are my initial impressions on this Palmetto PA-10 Gen 3. You know, I'm so happy I ordered some of these because I ordered like a whole bunch of these from Botac. I ordered the clear Lancers, the clear Lancers. I love the clear Lancers. But I said, you know what? So, Botac sometimes takes a while to ship these things. Even though they've shipped them. I think they send them like regular mail. I said, you know what? I don't want to be stuck here without a way to shoot this gun or shooting it like single shot. So I'm glad I ordered this Magpul mag. Even though I don't like I prefer clear ones. This is you know, this made my day today. I mentioned this in another video. The grip here, initially, I didn't see a problem with this the overmolded print grip that Palmetto has. However, when you got the gun fully loaded in a 20-inch barrel, I'm missing the Magpul grips. So I have already ordered. I kind of anticipated. I've ordered the slightly thicker Magpul grips. That's going to be better. You can see the spring a little bit over there. It is a little bit bent. That's the spring that pushes up on the indent to the safety. Other people have mentioned that, so that's kind of normal because of this rubbery grip. So, and my problem is that, yeah, it feels a little thinner in the hand when you're holding this thing one-handed. So, yeah, at some point this is going to... I'm not going to put it on right away. I want to get a good feel for the gun. I did order a heavier buffer. I may not even... I may try it out, but I don't... From what I saw right now, the recoil is so light. The standard buffer, the buffer weight that comes with this, if you got the 20-inch barrel, this thing is, like I said, the recoil is so light. Now, one of my concerns is because this lower is a carbine lower, and I've got a 20-inch barrel on it with a rifle-length gas system, and I was sort of concerned that maybe the two might not match up good, and that's why I said, let me get the heavier buffer weight just in case. But I don't think it needs it. Now, this has an adjustable gas block over there, so you can adjust the gas from there. The way I'm going to adjust this, I'm taking my ears off. The way I'm going to adjust this is I'm going to basically, it has like a total of 17 clicks. This is a 3-slot adjustable, but it's 3 slots per turn. So I think you have a total of 17. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click it down one at a time until it stops locking back on the last round. I'm not ready to do that exercise yet, but and when it stops locking back on the last round, then you turn it back up 1, and then you get that lock back, and that's how you adjust your gas blocks to get this thing, because you want like the minimal amount of gas coming through this. So that's one of the things I'm going to do, of course, with the cheaper Tula. You know, I mean, I'll when I go to the other stuff, maybe I need to open it up or close it one more, whatever. We'll see when we get there. But so far, I'm absolutely loving this. Recoil is very pleasant. I was concerned about the loudness because I definitely don't want to put a muzzle brake on this, right? I'm keeping this thing with the bird cage. I was thinking maybe I might need a linear compensator to send more of the noise downrange, like I've had to do on my short barrel AR-15s, because they're like stupid loud. It doesn't need it. With a 20-inch barrel, this thing is not loud at all. At some point, I'll shoot this at night and see if there's any muzzle flash out of this at all. So that is something I am planning to do at night. So yeah, these are like initial impressions, like first shot impressions. I wouldn't even call this initial impressions because I haven't done enough shooting. So those are my first shot impressions with this. I haven't even lubed this. I didn't put any lube. Shooting it dry the way it came. At some point, I'll probably touch it up a little bit, but I didn't want to. It's like I'm stepping it up a little bit at a time. Anything else I can think of to say? Oh man, this is good. This is really good. This is really, 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 really good. I'm really happy so far. I'm only 5 those shots, and I'm already, like you can see, I'm happy. I'll talk to you guys soon. Look, there's going to be lots of videos on this, okay? Lots of videos, because this is a new platform for me. I've got many AR-15s. I've done reviews on AR-15s, but you know what? One AR-15 to the next, they're all kind of the same. This is like my first AR-10, so really excited about it. And it's like a learning process for me too. I'm studying. I'm actually binge watching lots of other people's videos, just to try and learn as much as I can about this AR-10. This is from what I saw. This is the platform on it's a DPMS Gen 1. Okay, that's what they're following. If you're looking for aftermarket parts, you look for LR-308. However, like I mentioned this in an earlier video, a lot of stuff is not marketed correctly. So you can get stuff that's supposed to work on this and it won't. So any stuff that you're buying, make sure is returnable, right? Like easily returnable, like Amazon style returnable, right? That's why I'm ordering a lot of stuff. And anything I get for this, I'm getting it from Amazon, from Optics Planet, because I like their return policy. One of the things to be aware of is they did send me the cheaper stock. It was supposed to, I looked at the invoice, it was supposed to be the locking stock, right? A locking stock, even though I like these stocks a lot, but it was supposed to be the locking stock with the QD mounts, and they didn't send me that. They sent this out with the standard, with the standard Magpul stock. So I'm going to send them an email about that. Because I would like to try out that stock, okay? Even though it's not that big of a deal for me, I'd like to try it out. It's supposed to be like a little bit fatter back here, so I want to see how I like it. So I will send them an email on that. So look for that. Make sure that they send you the right stuff. The trigger on this is the nickel boron. It's basically a mil spec trigger. It just feels, it's nickel boron. It's smooth, very smooth. But it's a standard mil spec trigger. I did get Palmetto's 2-stage trigger. I'm not going to install it yet because I want to just basically be able to review this thing and give you guys my impressions the way it comes. So down the road, I'll put the 2-stage trigger, probably at the point where I get because I ordered a 5-25 primary arm scope for this. So down the road, I'm going to mount the scope on this. I'm going to do some distance shooting. I plan to take this out to 1,000 yards. But until then, I'm just going to stay with this the way it is. This way, you guys can, and like I said, we're going to do lots of videos on this because this is a new thing for me. Very excited. I think every time I shoot it, I'm going to have something to tell you guys. So I'll talk to you all soon. Hey guys, another thing, I went down there to look at this. Now, don't look at the circle ones because like I said, these are the first shots. I didn't even know if it was going to be on the paper. So I just used the target I already had set up. The 2 shots I just took at 30 yards are freaking touching, man. And that's from Tula. 2 shots touching at 30 yards. So this might have just been a fluke. I don't know. I will do more shooting. But that's a good start, man. 2 shots touching at 30 yards. That's a good start. Hey everyone. Okay, so I've been through about 40 rounds of this Tula 308. So the first thing I'm going to say is my initial impressions about how low the recoil was might have been, I don't know, slightly emotional / over exaggerated, only because I was expecting a lot more recoil. Because by the time I got through the 40 rounds, I could start feeling a little bit of the concussion. You'll still feel a little bit of a concussion. A very light, mild headache. Now, part of that has to do with me just being 51 years old. 52. I'm going to be 52 in February. So part of that is probably an old age thing. I don't feel that when I shoot 5.56, right? I don't feel a concussion. So I said, yeah, you know what? Let me pull out an AR-15, fire a bunch of rounds after I had shot like 40 rounds with 308, and I'm like, yeah, big freaking difference. There's like no comparison. The 308 is a 308. Okay. The recoil though is very manageable because I went all the way out to 100 yards, and what I am able to do with a 6X, I did have to go up to the 6X. I'll tell you guys one in a minute, but the point I'm trying to bring out here is that with the putting my dot right, my 2M, because I got a 65 a circle dot, 65 MOA circle with a 2 MOA dot, putting the dot on the bullseye. Okay, I'm able to take my shot, and it actually I put it underneath the bullseye because a 2 MOA dot basically covers this whole thing. So you can't put it on it because you're not going to know where. Basically, you're not going to be consistent. So I have to put the top of the 2 MOA dot underneath this. So, and it looks like this, right? It goes like this, boom. It actually goes boom, and it comes back down on it, boom. So that's what you want to see. You want to see boom, and it come back down on it. You don't want it to go boom, boom. And you need the recoil to be at a level. This is like the key. It has to be at a level where you can go bang, watch the dot come up, and watch the dot come back down. And that's how you know for sure that you're not pulling the shots. Okay, now sometimes it can pull, you can see it move and you can still have a good shot. But if you see it go up and come back down, it's like guaranteed before the bullet even gets there, you know that you got a good shot. Okay, so with this, whatever the frick is, the Palmetto PA-10 308. Okay, I am able, even when it was in the original gas setting, which was 12, because I went all the way down. I counted how many clicks it went down. So this thing came out of the 17 clicks. This thing was in the 12 position, right? That's how it came from the factory. And even when it was in the 12 position, I was able to basically follow that dot up and follow that dot coming back down. Okay, so I'm able to. So the recoil management is fine. I'm able to stay on target. I don't lose the dot. That's really important for being able to do any distance shooting. Okay, if you're shooting a gun that it's going like boom and then you just lose it and you don't know where, I mean, because I had a guy that was shooting, I was training, he was shooting a Mauser, right? And he had a scope on it, and he was telling me that when he would go bang, I would ask him where did the dot move, or actually he had a crosshairs on the scope, and he would say he didn't know because he lost track of the scope. Well, there's a problem with that. The problem is there's too much recoil for him. Now, there's things that you can do, like putting a muzzle brake on it, but as that rifle was configured, there was too much recoil for him to be able to follow the dot. Okay, so long story short, I already made a long story out of this, but I am able to follow my dot after I go bang and basically, follow, basically continue to follow through and take follow-up shots without having to move back to the target, or back to the bullseye. Okay, so as I mentioned, this thing came out of the 17 settings. It came in the number 12 setting, and I know because I took this rod that came with it and I clicked all the way down. I saw it was 17, and then what I did is from this I went back up to 12, and I said, okay, let me go back to 11, and I was taking some shots. I took a shot at the 30 yards to see if it would lock back. It was locking back. So what I ended up doing is I ended up going all, because I kept going back and back. It kept locking back. So I went all the way back down, and I started coming up. Okay, so basically 5. Okay, with the Tula 308. Okay, you just gotta go up 5 clicks. It was actually inconsistently locking back on the 3rd one. Actually, it did it on the 4th one, but sometimes I wouldn't get locked back. On the 5th one, it's like always locking back. Okay, so on the 5th position with this Tula, it's locking back. It's locking back like every round, and I'm actually like, I was only putting in 1 round at a time and firing a shot, while I was shooting at the 30 yards or 50 yards to make sure I had that lock back. Okay? So 5 clicks up, okay, which tells you wow, you got like a whole, there's a whole lot of room ahead of you, right? If you end up with a ammunition that is like really underpowered, you can let a lot more gas into the system. If you put a suppressor on, now I did go all the way down to like the 1 position, and it wouldn't lock back, wouldn't eject at all. It was basically a bolt action at that point. Right? It was, you had to, so that would be if you're using a suppressor, right? You would go all the way back down, all the way down to 1 or 2, or probably 1, because with 3 I was still with 3 I was cycling and getting occasional lockback. So anyway, with Tula, it's 5 clicks up. It is ejecting to the 4 o'clock position, right? So as I stand like this, the cases are coming out and they're coming back here. If I was going to war with this, I would probably go up to 6 or 7. You know, just to make sure it's even when the gun's dirty. So I would give it a little bit more gas if I was going to war with this gun. I'm not going to war with this gun, so I'm going to leave it for now in that 5 clicks up and let it eject to the 4 position for the what I think might be the smoothest, the least recoil position. Now, there is a heavier buffer weight that's coming in. 5.6. I'm going to put that one in there, and we're going to see. I'll make a report. I'll see if it's worth it, not worth it, if it changes the recoil, what gas setting changes, if it changes at all. So right now I'm 5 clicks up with Tula. Okay, now let's talk about accuracy. We went to 100 yards. From 50, I went up to 100 yards. I started off with the 3X, the Holosun HM 3X magnifier, and with 3X. Basically it's still hard for me to see that, to see this, to see that fine aiming point. So with the 3X, this is what my group looked like with Tula. Okay, with the shit that I was getting for $10 a box over here. Over here. Okay, so with Tula, I did 2 3-shot groups. So the first 3 shots is 1, 2, 3. So I ended up with a 2-inch group. And then I took another 3 shots, which ended up with a 4-inch group. I don't know what happened with that one, if it was the ammunition. I didn't pull it that much. I don't think I pulled it that much. But then again, it might have just been the way I was holding, because with 3X, the dot basically is so big and this is so tiny that I might have been holding just a little bit to the left over here. So anyway, with 3X magnification, I've got 4 shots out of 5 shots. I got 3.5, and then with the 5th one all the way out there, I'm in at like 5.5 inches with 3X. So then I went up to 6X. Okay, with 6X, I had the Vortex 6X magnifier. I have this baby here. So this is with, again, you got the cheapest gun the cheapest 308 that you can get, and the cheapest fucking 308 ammo that you can possibly buy. Okay? I think it's the cheapest that you can buy. And 6-shot groups. I mean, first of all, the whole group was 2.5 inches, right? 3. Let's call it 3. That one out there, I don't know what happened. If you just look at these 5 shots here, I'm in at 2 inches. 5 shots. So this was 2 3-shot groups. So the first 3 were 1, 2, 3. So that's a 2-inch groups. Those were the circles, and then the squares were the next group. That's a 3-shot group. But I mean, I think this is great. I mean, if you look at this cluster over here, I mean, you're going to average 2 inches with this. You're going to average 2 inches with Tula. You're going to average. And I got match grade ammo. I think I got it back there somewhere. I don't know if I showed it to you guys. We're not ready for this yet. Okay, so we got the M118 long range 175 grain Sierra Match King boat tail hollow points, service grade. So this is what eventually we're going to go out there with. I'm going to be using that when I get like my 5-25 scope. I'm not even going to use this for this. I do have better ammunition than this coming in. I've got some. I forgot what the name of the company is. Shit. But I do have better 308 supposedly better 308 ammunition than Tula coming in. So we're gonna try that out, see what type of groups we can get with that. And like I said, I don't have a whole lot of that Match King ammo, so that's gonna be like, I plan to take that to 1,000-yard range. Okay, that's going to a 1,000-yard range. But we can do a lot of good work just with this Tula, man. This Tula's good shit, man. I mean, that's not a bad group at all. Right? That's not a bad group. That's not bad shooting at all, man. Look at that. 2-inch cluster right there with 4 out of 5 shots. And then that's not bad. 4-inch with the flyer over there. And again, the way I'm holding with the 2M weight dot, because the 2M weight dot looks like my fist. Right? If I put it here, I'm like, where's the center? You got no idea. I'm putting the top of the circle right underneath this, so it's hitting about 3 inches high, 4 inches high, which is fun because that's my 50-yard zero. So with the 50-yard zero, I've got my second zero at 200 yards. You know, and so anyway, I don't want to get too deep into. This is kind of matching the performance that, or the holdovers that I normally have with an AR-15, right? So that's why I'm kind of, because the 308 and the 5.56 are not that far apart. So the idea here is that from zero distance out to 250 yards, put the dot here, you're either 4 inches low, 4 inches high, right? 4 inches low, 4 inches high. From zero distance to 250 yards. Then at 300 yards, you put the dot on the face and you drop them into the chest. At 400 yards, you put the dot on top of the head to drop them into the chest. And at 500 yards, you cut the man in half, right? Belt to head. Take that, move that up. That's your holdover, okay? At 500 yards, they'll drop it into the chest with the 65 MOA circle. Here, let me give you guys a peek in case you guys are not familiar. Well, there it is. So this is nice because you could be moving around and you know you can track that. So this makes a good battle rifle, you know, because you can move and shoot with this. So again, this is, I mean, the way I mentioned it in other videos. This, I see this at primarily the AR-15, right? It's the 5.56. This is anti-personal, okay? This is anti-material, okay? This is to stop vehicles, the Mad Max, S&M, you know, bikers, you know, from you know, road warriors. That's to stop those guys, okay? And you know, I mean, in World War II, I mean, there was, I know the U.S. was using 50 cal as anti-material, but lots of other countries were using 30 cal, you know, as anti-material. So it's not the best, but it works, and you can have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 rounds of 308. You know, you can't have that with, like, you know, with 50 cal, right? The average person is not going to be able to afford more than 100 rounds of 50 cal. And maybe you're rich, okay? Maybe you'll have 1,000 if you're rich, but you're not going to have, like, you know, you're not going to start stockpiling 50 cals. You can stockpile 308s. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. I look forward to doing a lot of videos on this. This is going to be fun. This is a fun project. I'm already enjoying this. Hey guys, real quick, I wanted to show you the back of the cases on these 308s, the Tula 308s. No signs of overpressure. I know somebody posted a video. It wasn't a Palmetto. I forgot what AR-10 it was. But there was a video that was posted. Somebody had overpressure issues where where holes were actually being punched into the primers, and the extractor claw was like ripping the cases apart. So I looked at all of the cases that I shot. I just picked up a collection here, and yeah, no signs of overpressuring. So everything's looking good there.